There we go. It's off. There we go. Now.
Check.
Check. Okay.
Check.
Go off quick.
Why you got one bar?
It keeps going off on me.
I think it was going off because it wasn't connecting to anything.
All right. Let's see. Please call the roll.
Trustee Cicconetti?
Present.
Trustee Hillier?
Present.
Trustee Pennock?
Present.
Fiscal Officer Patriarca?
Present.
I know.
We're all present and accounted for, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I'd ask for a motion to approve the minutes from the October 19th, 2021 meeting.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Summary of the work session, Mr. Manry, please.
Mr. Chairman, the trustees heard from a company that is looking for a location to locate a medical marijuana dispensary. The trustees agreed that they are going to sign a JET agreement between the City of Mentor, the Village of Grand River, and Painesville Township at the November 16th trustees meeting. The trustees decided to make the zoning inspector position a full-time position. The trustees discussed culverts on county roads and work that can be done. The fire chief discussed a couple of recent calls that the department participated in and discussed a funding request that is on the agenda for tonight's meeting. Service director also discussed a funding request that is on tonight's agenda. The service director talked about possibly using ARP funds to replace some equipment that to handle sewers, storm sewers in the township. The zoning inspector discussed that a couple of terms are coming up, or will be ending at the end of December on the BZA and the Zoning Commission, and discussed reappointing those members. The trustees also held an executive session to discuss pending litigation and contract negotiations with the Lake County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you. Do we have any old business from the floor? You just come up to the podium, state your name and address for the record.
John Music, 45 Coventry Drive, Painesville Township. I see resolution number 4, or motion number 4 here. It's about to sign with the Lake County Sheriff's Department. I would like to thank you for getting there. Hopefully it's going to pass between you and the county. I thank the sheriff. And the thing about it is, it's I know what it is, but I'm just saying, it's good to see it there, finally, and I thank you. Okay?
Thank you.
One other quick, so I don't do new business. Has they found a spot yet, location for that medical marijuana location?
No.
They're just inquiring at this time.
We have to
Correct.
go, there's a whole approval process and the state's changing. They're opening more licenses and they were just discussing zoning possibilities and that type of thing.
Well, the reason I ask is, you know, our rep, state rep.
Yeah,
is
Jamie
Jamie
for-
Callender, and I called him and talked to him.
Recreational.
He's sponsoring a bill about recreational marijuana.
Right.
And the same places are gonna sell, that sell the medical are gonna sell the recreational, so.
If it
it's
comes
just-
to that.
Yeah, if it comes to that, because I know the governor was against it, Cupp was against it, Cupp is Speaker of the House, and Huffman is the President of the Senate. I've called all of them, so.
Huffman's the
Not
fire
yet,
chief.
Cup, yeah,
Cupp.
Cup, right.
Yeah, Cupp is the House, and I've called all of them, and I've called Jamie and so forth, because I'm not a fan of that. I'm just not a fan of it.
Weren't they talking about taking the house down on 45 Coventry Drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the proposed location. I don't know.
I think that'll probably fix the flooding issue.
Right, right.
That'll be great.
Thank you. Do we have any other old business from the floor? Again, if you could say your name for the record and the address.
Lauren Kincaid, Colic, Stratford Road. And I have a copy of the contract between you and the commissioners. They had provided me with one. And I realize what a tremendous thing this has been to go through between the two. In my humble opinion, it's not one of the best written things I've ever read. So I can see where there was a lot of confusion and a lot of hard work put into it, and I also want to thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other old business from the floor? Hearing none, we'll move on. Do we have any new business from the floor? Yeah, okay, we will move on. Lake County Sheriff's Office report. Good, all right. Department reports, Service Department.
So I just wanted to bring it to your attention that we have the park over at Haddon, and a couple weeks ago, when we had a real rainy weekend, they decided to have a ball tournament over there, and all of the people that came parked in the grass and made a real muddy mess over there. And then somebody's been in there doing donuts in the grass. So I just want to bring it to your attention, if we're going to let people use the park over there, we should hold them more accountable, or we maybe need to look at putting a hard surface lot in.
Or
I think
even a gravel or permeable.
Well, I think maybe what we'll do is, and Harley and I can discuss that too, and we can all discuss it, but that might be, that falls in within the CBDG income area, so that could be something that we could apply for, similar to what we did over on the Bull Hall Park, for a parking surface there for next year's grant cycle as well. So
Okay.
that could be something we
Yeah,
could look
that
at.
So do they pull in and park more than 25 feet off the road? Do they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were all the way past the pavilion.
Which is normally not a problem because that ground's so hard, but
Right.
in this instance,
All
this late in the
summer long,
season.
They do that. but
Yeah.
They decided they were going to play in the pouring rain.
So I think I'll have a conversation with the league and let them know that they need to notify us of their schedule of tournaments, and that when we get to that late in the season, if there is one that happens to come up late in the season, maybe we're proactive and we have some sort of barrel, whatever, to block that off from parking up into the grass. We can be proactive until we figure out something from there, you know?
Okay. And then I'll update you also on the Chickanetti Park. The pavilion is up. The roof should be on next week.
Yes.
The metal roofing is supposed to arrive next week, and they thought they'd be able to put it up. We are not going to pour the concrete pad until next spring. It's
Yeah, I
just-
spoke to Kent today.
It's too late in the year for doing that kind of concrete work with the temperatures. Even if it's 60 during the day, it's getting too cold at night, and
And the last thing we need is a freeze with the water
Yeah.
stuck in the concrete,
Right.
which will cause
So,
issues. So he's gonna amend the agreement we had and figure out what the cost was for the concrete. We already paid him, so he's going to figure out what that difference is per the spreadsheet, and then send a check back to the township for the concrete work, and then we can apply that to next year to do it on our own
Yeah.
and make it the way we want, so.
okay, all right, and that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Fire Department.
Yeah, just a couple things. Tomorrow is Eddie Amiat's last official day as a fireman after 20 years with the fire department. He's retiring, and we'll be hiring Eddie Amiat as of December 3rd, so first pay period in December. The guys were out doing, on Halloween, they were out passing out candy and showing off the trucks. Hopefully they made it out to most of the neighborhoods. I know a lot of people have been sending me pictures, stuff like that. We posted some of them on Facebook, but I think people appreciated it and the guys really enjoyed it, so
If you
they
could,
were out.
if you could put some more photos in the meeting folder for next meeting, if you have them.
I will do that, yes.
I saw a few on Facebook, but yeah, if you have more.
I have more, I'll put them on the meeting.
Yeah, they went to the neighborhood I was in.
Did they?
They were well received over there, so.
Good, good.
Yeah.
They like doing it, and if we have time and we're not out on calls, it's a good thing for them to get out and meet people. And like I said, the kids get to see the trucks and stuff too.
Yeah, they
so.
just posted up in one of the cul-de-sacs and everybody kind of walked around, checked out the trucks, that kind of stuff, so.
Very good, all right.
All right, thank you. And the sheriff's deputies were out doing the same, and Sheriff, will let him tell you.
Just one quick note, just to pass on Sheriff Patrick Walsh. He was sheriff from 89 to 93, that period of time, elected in 92, passed away today, so. So he served for 4 years with the Lake County Sheriff's Office, so we'll put something out tomorrow on that.
Okay.
Thank you. Zoning Department,
Nothing to add, Mr. Chairman.
thank you. Legal,
Nothing to report, Mr. Chairman.
thank you. Administrator,
No report, Mr. Chairman.
let me take a step back. Our first leaf collection is coming up to the 13th, November 13th. Okay. And that is Riverside Lacrosse, correct?
Correct.
All right. Fiscal Officer.
I'd request a resolution to amend our permanent appropriation resolution for the 2021 fiscal year as follows. General Fund, $1,100,888. Motor Vehicle License Tax, $50,000. Gasoline Tax, $300,000. Road and Bridge Fund, $1,980,413. Police, $793,099. Fire District, $5,585,493. Permissive License Tax, $200,000. Coronavirus Relief Fund, $8,338. American Rescue Coronavirus Relief Fund, $881,899.17. Lighting Assessment, $192,074. And the OPWC grant, $300,000 for a total of $11,392,204.17.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 That's all I have.
Thank you. That's for a motion to request a resolution to authorize payment in the amount of $13,933.75 to DWA Recreation for payment on the pavilion at Angelo Cicconetti Park.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to request a resolution to authorize payment in the amount of $3,218 to Cashin for road materials for Heatherstone Drive.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to request a resolution accepting the federal funds and authorizing the township fiscal officer to request funding through the grants portal.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to request a resolution to sign a 4-year contract with the Lake County Sheriff's Office for road patrols in Painesville Township.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Trustees, anything else?
Nope.
Mr. Chairman, before you adjourn.
Nothing else then? Okay.
Mr. Chairman, before you adjourn, we had election Tuesday, got reelected for 4 more years, so pleased, so honored, and just want to thank the voters who are here and those who may be watching at home or on YouTube at another point. Thank you very much. It's always interesting to get out and talk to people and learn things about, we all have our thoughts about what's important in the community, but when you knock on someone's door and they share their very passionate thoughts with you, sometimes you get a different message. So I appreciate it and look forward to 4 more years of serving. Thank you.
I'd echo those same remarks. Very appreciative of the opportunity for 4 more years. So,
Do you want to go ahead and sign that contract
Yeah, well, before we
do we need to do this
before you, yeah?
Before we adjourn,
Sure, why not?
I think we need to look it over first.
Hold on, we want to
I've got-
renegotiate.
Actually,
I've got a
Changes we gotta go
question.
back
I've
to
got a
the county
question.
way.
I've got a, no. I thought I saw that somewhere.
And do we initial those changes, everybody has?
We probably need to initial the changes. Yeah, 2. Okay.
How many pages you got to sign?
Got to initial everything that we changed.
Sheriff, question for you. So how soon before you'll have additional deputies on the road?
We've been already working on that for a number of areas. we've completed hiring on the Perry Township contract and have started hiring for the Painesville Township contract in anticipation through our discussions for that. What is unique, we find that we put out to the area on that we're looking for applicants and have received a number of qualified applicants from departments in Cuyahoga County and in surrounding counties that are looking to make a move this way. They're not happy with some of the changes going on in Cuyahoga County that they're seeing, especially with some of the changes that have been made recently, and are looking to like what they see here in Lake County. They like the support of the Lake County community for law enforcement, and they like what's going on at the sheriff's office. So we've been very fortunate to find some very good candidates, and so we're currently have them in backgrounds that we're looking at. So it shouldn't be a short period of time to get them hired and then into training.
Good. That's great to hear. I'm glad you had a great response from I saw the previous posting with, when Perry signed on, and so I'm glad you got a good number of responses and
And we
people in the
just posted
pipelines.
through the Ohio Chiefs of Police website and had a number of applicants come looking from there. Plus, a lot of our deputies, no other individuals and other law enforcement agencies that they're recommending to come this way because they're happy with how things are being run, and especially the support of the community. That's the most crucial part.
It's amazing what happens when the community and the government both appreciate law enforcement officers.
Well, it makes a huge,
Yeah, you know?
it makes a huge difference, and I tell people every day, I couldn't think of a better county to serve as in law enforcement, all around the board, whether that's support for dispatch, corrections, for police departments, than the citizens across Lake County, and especially in the townships that we serve.
Good. Well, we certainly appreciate everything still.
Thank you. We appreciate your support. Means a lot.
Thank you, Sheriff. And so it's just so people know what's going on with this new contract, you're the chairman. why don't
Sure,
you
yeah,
tell-
you keep signing and
I'll
I'll
mess my
I'll
signature
chat. So, yeah, we had been in negotiations for quite a while, and the last official contract we had before us was dated to start, I believe, September 1st. And here we are, beginning in November. So we had several date changes for the date of the contract to start December 1st. So we are initialing all those changes we had. We signed off on it, and then this will be taken to the commissioners for their approval and their signature as well.
I think you meant to say what it's including, though, the additional.
Oh.
Like two deputies. and
Oh,
then
sure,
additional-
yeah, absolutely. So what the contract contains is the 6 deputies that we've been paying for the past several years. In addition to that, we're going to take the county up on their offer for the matching deputies, where they're going to pay for two additional deputies. We'll pay for 2 additional deputies. So we will go from a total
Using
of
ARP funding.
We'll go from a total of 6 to a total of 10. Those additional 2 that we've added on, we're using the ARP funds, which is one
American
of the
Rescue Plan.
American Rescue Plan came through the coronavirus package that has been offered. So we're going to use that to fund, our additional 2 for 4 years, and then even beyond that, we should have funding from that pot of money to continue to pay for those deputies.
And the county's also stepped up and given us advanced approval. So we're already in the process of ordering more cars, which is quite a process today, getting cars.
Yeah, right.
And we were able to get in an order of 5 across our department, and found out later that most departments' orders were canceled except for ours. So that was very fortunate, and also in terms of ordering equipment.
Sheriff, I don't know if you're allowed to sign this before the commissioners, or if you have to sign it before the commissioners, but it's here. We have
Absolutely.
2 pages if you'd like to to sign it, you can. This page and the
We
next
initialed all the
page.
changes that were made, they were just date changes. And the one was the third county supplied funded deputy road patrol, I think that third one was.
And the county
Right,
sheriff.
Chair?
Initial date
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah, I'll come through because there's a million of them.
There's a bunch of date changes. Well,
I know we changed from the September date.
To a 12/1, yeah.
Which is fine,
yeah.
makes sense.
Right. And so then I think, Yeah.
This word's misspelled, no.
and I think after, and then you have another page to sign, I
Yeah,
believe,
so like the
too.
next page,
And then just, and
and there's some initials up there too.
then after that, I think you got a slew of them.
And then we'll see if all the attorneys look at this and say, you guys need to, if change the dates and re-sign, we'll see.
No, I don't see it being a problem.
Okay.
There's the same on the left there, Sheriff.
Yeah,
We're just making sure so we don't have to do this again. Better to over initial than under.
Absolutely.
And as you get through the process of bringing the additional
you
deputies on, and
That's it.
just keep us apprised, and I'm sure you'll share the news, we'll share the news that we're, up to full 10, so.
Absolutely,
So I'd like to add one more comment, though, when we're done here.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Now, do you want me to take that back to the commissioners?
Yeah.
Sure.
Think so.
I don't know if you want to make a copy of it beforehand, and then
Yes.
Probably
you make a
copy after
of
they
that,
sign it.
and
I'll make a copy now and
then I can take the-
Well, you can make sure to Sheriff Dunlap, when we started this conversation 10 years ago, his goal was always to get us to 10, so we finally,
I'll let them know.
we finally reached his goal of getting us to 10.
Let them know it happened.
Yeah.
So the one hangup, let me just add, the one hangup on this contract that we had is that we felt all along the county wasn't properly staffed for county. There's township-funded road patrols and there's county-funded road patrols, and then you currently have 12 county-funded road patrols, plus you have your detective bureau. But you have 12 county-funded road patrols. With what's happened in the township, based upon social media posts, press releases, and just the feeling we had is that the county wasn't properly staffed. So the drag on this negotiation was trying to get the county to increase their funding in addition to what we're doing. So we both increase our funding. So the township has agreed to increase our funding. We've been working with the county to increase their funding. I think the sheriff would be all for it if it was his checkbook, but he doesn't control that, the commissioners do. So the county's at 12. We asked the county to go to 18 on the first contract renegotiation. It was declined by the county. And then through conversations with the commissioner's office, so what about 15? Let's get to 15. I met with, we've all kind of taken turns in these conversations, but in the time that I met with Commissioner Hamercheck, and I've spoken to Commissioner Young, I asked them both if the same ARP funding that the township is using to increase from 12 to 15 could be done by the county, would they agree to it? And we asked them to put that in writing. Commissioner Hamercheck said he would support that, but they're not willing to put that in writing. I said, well, then what's our, what's binding to hold anybody? And he says, Chuck, I give you my word, I will sing from the highest mountaintop that we will go from 12 to 15. If, and it's an if, their legal counsel, who is the county prosecutor, states that they can use ARP funding, which is the same ARP funding, America Rescue Plan, that Painesville Township is using, that Concord is going to use, and that Perry is going to use. We would think that the same funding, if the federal government says Painesville Township, Painesville or Perry Township and Concord Township can use ARP funding to hire additional deputies, our logic would be, and the opinion of our legal counsel, the opinion of some other local legal counsels, is that the county can do the same. But ultimately, the county commissioners, their legal counsel is the county prosecutor. So if the county prosecutor doesn't agree to it, then they can't use that funding. So we're waiting on the county commissioner or the county prosecutor, Mr. Coulson, to come back with a favorable opinion, and if he comes back with that, then our understanding is the county will hire 3 more deputies for road patrols, but that has to come from him. So, Sheriff, we appreciate all you guys do. You're awesome to work with, and it's a pleasure having you provide the services for our communities. Thank you.
On that subject, the Commissioner Hamerchick asked me to initiate some discussions with Congressman Joyce's office. So my request is to Congressman Joyce's office, and supposed to be hearing back from their office soon as to congressional opinion on the county using those funds for county deputies. And I put out a request to all 88 sheriffs in Ohio to respond back what their prosecutor's office have said or not said on those issues. So I'm waiting for that compilation to come back to provide to the commissioners and then to speak to the county prosecutor on that.
That's really good to hear. Thank
So
you.
there is headway being made.
Thank you, Sheriff. Appreciate it, really do. They were constructive conversations we had, very constructive.
Yep.
All right, with that, that's our motion to adjourn at 8 o'clock.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mike or Harley, it's that one, I think. It's this.